Radio has become ingrained in many parts of our everyday lives, but many people don't know about the mysteries that lie hidden from the public. Number stations are shortwave radio stations that broadcast random sequences of numbers, which are then often followed by music or radio static. They can be found all around the world, but nobody really knows why they exist. Most common theories point to Cold War espionage, using secret codes to broadcast messages to agents in the field, which was pretty much confirmed when the FBI cracked a Cuban number station called Atención in 1998. Several other theories point to illegal or illicit activities, such as drug smuggling, but still to this day many people disagree as to its official use and why they are still in use now.
I never liked this scene. I wanted to introduce him much more slowly, but a producer wanted a more direct introduction.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Ah, yes, of course. I'm Finn Hollard, the director of this film. As I was saying, I wanted to introduce the subject slowly, so you would start to associate with them as a friend instead of a subject. But anyway, let's continue.
And that is where we shall start, to try and find out what they truly are. I've just discovered a very interesting lead. Station E05, nicknamed Cynthia, was an American station which can be traced back to the 1970s.
He never found this lead. I told one of the runners to suggest to him to look at this station. Otherwise, we could be here for quite some time.
A broadcast was picked up in southern England featuring the same format as E05. It broadcasts a strange message before going silent again. Since the station itself was mainly in use during the Cold War, I looked into different types of encryption that were being developed during that time. I found a type of coding called sonic visualizing. This is where an image can be turned into several different tones, which can then be scanned and turned back into the original image using the correct software. It's probably easier if I just show you, you can see what I found. The bottom of the image is most likely distorted by the radio static in the recording, but the URL at the top is very strange. That shouldn't be coming out of a radio station. Well, we can't stop here. You know these weird lines of symbols scattered around the site? Well, I wanted to see if they had any codes in them. So I began copying them into a Word file, and I noticed they started to line up. After I'd assembled all the lines, this appeared. Cool, right? But look here. That is something even more strange than the URL. That is a YouTube link. YouTube has been active for just over 10 years.
I was actually quite impressed he figures out that puzzle. If he did figure it out for himself, that is. I didn't congratulate him on set, because his ego did not need any more inflating. But anyhow, I kept my thoughts to myself and continued.
So, if it's not spy related, then God knows what it is we're actually trying to find. I'm starting to think that I've hit a dead end. found no new clues or leads. The videos on this channel are weird, non-linear little horror shows. They're scattered with messages of various different codes and encryptions, but all that I managed to decipher has just been gibberish or cries for help with no other information attached. What if this is it? One of the greatest breakthroughs in the history of the number station, and I couldn't get past these stupid videos. It's like it's taunting me, asking me to solve it. This whole way through, it feels like this mystery wants to be solved, like it was made to be figured out. Why would it just lead me here?
I'm glad he got stuck here, actually. If he got through all of this at lightning speed, we wouldn't have much of a film at all. And I must say, his little exposition he did was perfect. With his last few breakthroughs, he was slightly cocky, but this moment, it really humanises him. And even I sympathised him for a moment. But we couldn't have the film stop here either, so I gave him a hand with this part.
It's here. There's an address here as well. This could be it. It fits the number station's last broadcast. This could be the number station's physical location.
We found this on his personal camera in his rucksack.
I just don't get it. He knew where to look again. He looks at me like he's reading my mind. Now I'm sitting in an empty park in the middle of fucking nowhere because I feel like he can hear me talking and he's not even here. It's so stupid. I'm paranoid and talking to myself because I've absolutely no idea what else to do. Fuck this. How did you know about the spectrograph?
What do you mean?
How did you know I had to look at the spectrographs? You were pissed off when I solved the website so quickly, and you were happy when I got stuck on the YouTube videos. It's like you're wanting me to fail half the time, and then you come in out of nowhere and give me the answer with no explanation.
Good storytelling.
What?
Good storytelling. If you got through all this mystery with no struggle, we wouldn't have a very interesting film, would we? You've got to have struggles, hurdles to jump, storms to navigate. I'm only trying to make the best film I can, and I gave you help because you needed it. I'm not going to let this film hit a dead end and die in the water. Anyway, we're here now. I always believed in being clear and precise when talking to the talent, and with as much respect as possible. In this line of filmmaking, you don't always get the best pick of subjects, but I managed to battle with the producers to hire someone at least remotely likeable. I think I did quite well finding him.
Our journey has brought us here. What could be the end of our search for the truth behind the number station mystery? This out-of-use military fort holds the answer we've been searching for.
These terrible TV documentary monologues. I battled with the producers on so many things with this film, and the one thing he refused to budge on are these pieces to camera. He said, they're needed to help keep the audience in the loop. Look, I know our viewer base aren't the most sophisticated bunch, but they're not stupid. Anyway, on with the film.
Well, it's a bit too late to back out now. We've searched this fort top to bottom, apart from this corridor. So whatever we're looking for is on the other side. It's a dead end. There's something here.
Cut. All right, set up the final scene 7, please.
No, 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 please, no!
I think we know what happens after this. It's fascinating watching them realise what's going on. And that's why people watch this stuff. Not for the death or the gore, but for the last moments of fear. No acting, no lines, just real emotion.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, that's everything.
Okay, by agreeing to this, you acknowledge that any or all of your statement could be used in the disciplinary proceedings?
I agree.
Also, by agreeing to this, you acknowledge that all of your statements have been true to your knowledge?
Yep, I agree.
Thank you. The interview will be terminated shortly. I am Detective Constable James Forrest interviewing Finn Hollard. The interview is now finished at 12:32. If you could switch the audio off, please.